The Kenya Meteorological Department says the current heavy rains that have pounded the country can only be compared to what was experienced in 1960.
I think one of the years that we can relate this to is 1961-62. In some areas, what we have received this year has not even surpassed what was received in 1961-62. And you also recall that in 2006, the heavy rains that we had in October, November, December, we indicated from the word go that it was similar to the patterns that we saw in 1961-62.
Deputy Director of Meteorological Services, Peter Ambenje, says some rivers, including the Nzoia, burst its banks, causing serious flooding, while River Tana flooded, displacing people in parts of Garissa. Ambenje says the rain could reduce in amounts, but the cessation is only expected in the coming weeks.
We should start seeing decrease in rainfall amounts and even the distribution from the northeast, the northwestern parts or the northern half of the country in this first to second week of December. And then for the coastal regions, in the second and third week of December, we shall also see a significant decline in the rainfall amounts. And then in the southeastern lowlands, Nairobi area and the central highlands, we should see a decline in the third to fourth week of this month. And then in the western parts of the country, like I said, towards the end of the month, we should see a significant decline.
Ambenje noted that the current rains having exceeded the long-term means in most areas, the ground is soggy and any little amount falling could easily cause flooding or mudslides in hilly areas.
The rainfall we have received so far exceeds what is normally received at this time by over 3 times. If you go to places like Wajir in October, the rainfall that Wajir received was over 8 times what they normally receive, because they got about 335 millimeters. The average for October is just about 42 millimeters. Because of the continuous and persistent heavy rainfall that we've had from the beginning of the season, any input now can cause any flooding and even landslides, even if it's not as heavy, because the soil is already saturated.
He attributed the current rains to favorable conditions over the Indian Ocean that are allowing a lot of moisture into the country.
If it's cool to the east and warm to the west along our coastal regions, that encourages wind flow from the east towards the west and eventually into parts of into the country. And this is what has been enhancing rainfall over most of the areas.
Several areas of the country have had to grapple with near crisis as floods hit following heavy downpours. Judith Akolo, The Sunday Interactive.